Hello and welcome back to another Wing It, and today we're going to be playing Sonic Pocket Adventure on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't the Neo Geo some 90s car? Or you're thinking, is Sonic really on the Neo Geo? And while this is obviously not a 90s car, I can say yes, Sonic was in fact on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. In fact, there you go, and you can see right through the plastic. I really wish they would bring back see-through plastic, because I really like being able to see all the circuits and things. It also helps to know if any of the capacitors explode. Now, this system is right from Japan. I got this thing boxed from a local store that imports these sort of things. And I can say it does not like rechargeable AA's at all. The voltage is just a little lower than a standard AA on a rechargeable, and this thing just, it was not having it. Now, this also takes a watch battery for the internal memory, which is why this is going to blink. And it's probably going to give us, sub-battery dead, because there's nothing in it. Anyway, let's skip past that, and let's play some Sonic. Alright. Now, this would have been competing with the Game Boy Advance at this point. I think the original Neo Geo Pocket that was not in color would have been more like Game Boy Color era. But let's take a look at it. Here, Neo South Island. Now look at the graphics on this thing. It is not backlit. This is being lit by the light behind me, so if you see any reflections, I am sorry about that. But the colors are nice, the graphics are nice and smooth. Yeah, this is actually very smooth. There's no like jittering, there's no slowdown. And the best thing about a Neo Geo, any Neo Geo, is the clicky sticks. That is so nice. It just gently push it, it clicks right in. It's working very nice. Anyway, let's play some Sonic. We'll talk about clicky sticks another time. Now, I'm not too familiar with where this falls in the Sonic universe, because I don't think any of the Sonic games really have any sort of continuous timeline, with Sonic 06 existing at all. I would think if I was them, I would pretend that didn't happen. But anywho, so yeah, there was a lot of portable Sonic games. There was a lot of them on the Game Gear. There was 3 at least on the Game Boy Advance, the Sonic Advance series, and there was this. This one I kind of forgot existed, and then I walked into a game store that I'd never been in before, and they didn't have a lot of games. They had like one shelf of games. They were more into like card games and, board games, that sort of thing. And I look in the case, I'm like, hey, you got a Neo Geo game in there. And they're like, yeah, we don't think we're ever going to sell that. So they gave me a discount, which was nice of them, Because the other part of it was, they're like, we know we didn't test this one because we've never had a Neo Geo. And the guy's like, I've never seen one. So, fair enough. Good on him. And yes, it did work. If the guy happens to ever see this and remembers that situation, which I doubt. Anyway, we are in a bonus level, which I would imagine ends in a Chaos Emerald. Now, I would say the sticks for this, it's a little floaty right now. That could just be the way the game is programmed. I won't blame the nice clicky stick for that. But yeah, here we go, like pseudo. We failed. Pseudo 3D graphics. It's obviously not 3D rendering anything. Sounds pretty good. I'd say it's at least on board with Game Boy Advance quality sound. But yeah, the only other game I have on this thing was Pac-Man, and that wasn't so exciting, but it came with it, if I remember correctly, when I bought this. So I was happy to finally have another game for this. Now, on my collection list, my things to get, my list of games to get for the system is not very long. I'd say if it's 20 games in total, it would be lucky. I'm thinking more towards 15. So to have something as recognizable and honestly well made, I'm enjoying this, even though it is difficult to play through a camera. But to have something like this on a system that really doesn't have a whole heck of a lot, well, how about that? Right into the spikes. It's a nice welcoming thing, because I have other systems like the Wonder Swan Color, which I also got from the same store originally. And when I think about, like, as much as I've always wanted one for the novelty, all the games on that are in Japanese. I even have the Final Fantasy II edition that comes with Final Fantasy II. And when I think about it, it's like, yeah, Final Fantasy II is a good game. Final Fantasy 1's also a good game. They're both on the system, but they're fully in Japanese. So, am I ever going to sit and play through a copy of Final Fantasy 2 fully in Japanese? No. I'm just going to be fully honest. Probably not. Especially since I have it on the PSP, which is actually the WonderSwan version, kind of souped up. Oh, let's not get hammered. We need to pay attention. Otherwise, Eggman's going to flatten us here. Eggman, Robotnik, I guess depending... I don't really know when that changed. I would imagine they dropped the Robotnik thing because it's like Russian or Soviet, references. That was part of the era. I can see why they would drop that, but I couldn't tell you when they did that. What did I get hit by? I don't know. Some of the camera UI is kind of blocking half the screen, so I'm trying to win while only seeing half of the screen. Okay, he's been taken out. Alright. I guess each world only has 2 zones in it, which is very different compared to the rest of the Sonic games. Let's see what the next zone looks like. Secret plant. Sonic's hiding his secret plant now, apparently. Doesn't want to get busted for that. I can understand. Alright, so it reminds me of other levels from other Sonic games. I guess the first one reminded me of Green Hill Zone. This feels very Sonic 1 or 2. I'm not good at remembering which one, but one of them has these pipes. Hold on. Let's try that again. Alright. Get a little speed going. Alright, well, yeah, I think you get the idea. This is Sonic's Pocket Adventure on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. A system that I've been wanting to talk about, but I don't know if Pac-Man was really the way to go. This is interesting, and as far as I'm concerned, I hope it was interesting for you to watch. But if I ever find anything else that's very interesting on the Neo Geo Pocket Color, then I will definitely do another video on it. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you then.